Hi guys, it's Dr. Hardy, your pediatric obesity expert. Thank you for tuning in to the last segment of why our kids are gaining so rapidly. I think I talked about this pretty much ad nauseum, and I think I would like the last segment to talk about tips to help you overcome these barriers. So one thing I usually tell parents is to introduce vegetables before introducing fruits. So the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends starting solids at 6 months of age. And so when you do that, you should try a variety of vegetables. Have your child used to eating vegetables before ever knowing what the sweet fruits are or what they taste like. So another thing is, I think parents get discouraged when trying vegetables because a child will spit them out and then they'll go on to another vegetable very quickly, and it becomes this challenge of trying to find the right vegetable for your child to eat. And what I recommend is to try one vegetable at a time, because number one, you want to make sure there's no allergic reaction to that food. And if you try a variety of foods, of new foods at once, then you're not sure which food caused the allergic reaction. So try one vegetable at a time. Try that vegetable and offer it at least 10 times. If your child does not like it after trying it for 10 times, meaning it went into their mouth and they tasted it 10 times, then move on to the next vegetable. But research shows that a child really doesn't decide they don't like a food until they've tried it at least 10 times. So don't get too discouraged too early. And once they've tried that food, and if it seems like they like it and they've had it for at least 3 days and there has been no allergic reaction to it, go on and try the next vegetable. And you can try that next vegetable for 3 days and then move on to the next. But if you feel like, you give up on a food, you can try a new one, but then go back to that original one and really count the times that you've offered it. And if after 10 times they really will not eat it, then I would put it on the list as, the do not eat list, or, the do not like list, and try another. So start your vegetables once they've had a variety of vegetables and their palate is used to vegetables and they actually like vegetables. Then go ahead and introduce your fruits and do the same thing with fruits. Only one new food at a time, so they can have a variety of what they've had before, but there should only be one new food introduced to the mix of different foods at a time. And should there be an allergic reaction, it is most likely the new food because they hadn't had it before and there was no reaction prior. Another thing that's helpful is that if you only have healthy choices in the home, your child is more likely to try those healthy choices. So I always like to say, if there are, apples and potato chips in the home, which one would you pick for a snack? So yes, if there's apples and oranges in the home, you only have a healthy option, so you'll pick one, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to, be over your child's shoulder looking at what they're eating, because you know that they're only healthy choices, and it gives them a little bit of freedom to, eat what they want or what's available. So parents, remove the junk food from the home, only have healthy options, especially from a young age, and you should really have no trouble with, these so-called picky eaters that won't eat anything. There are a lot of mixed reviews about what to do in terms of shopping. Do you bring your child to the grocery store with you? My recommendation usually is not in the beginning when you're starting new lifestyle changes. I don't recommend having your child go with you. I do recommend maybe talking about the menu for the week, asking them what they would like or anything they want to try, and look at some recipes together and get them excited about what you're going to cook during the week, and you're going to try one of the things that they suggested. And, some people recommend having them go to the grocery store with you and, being able to touch different textures of fruits and vegetables and, try a new thing. And then they're excited to try it once they get home because they picked it out. And I honestly say, just, know your child. If you have the child that's going to throw a temper tantrum in the grocery store because they're not getting their sugar-coated cereal, they don't need to go to the grocery store with you. You don't need to be in a situation where you're stressed out at the grocery store because your child is on the floor throwing a tantrum and you get, persuaded into buying something that they shouldn't have. So if you know it is always a challenge at the grocery store, don't bring them with you. If you feel like they're a child that never really gives tantrums and they're easygoing and you think that that would work best for them, well, then do that. But I definitely have seen my share of patients that really are big, older kids even, 11, 12, rolling around on the grocery, floor store, rolling around in the mall and security coming. I mean, really bad. So you have to know your child and what's best. Don't feel like, hopefully if you have the support, don't feel like it's something that you have to do or should do. Every child is different and you will be the one to make that choice, mom and dad. If you want to hear a little bit more about this topic, I have a YouTube video entitled How to Encourage Your Child to Eat Healthy. And it goes a little bit more into the things that you can do to get your child to try new things and eat healthier. And the last thing I'll leave you with is that there are also some studies that show when families eat together, kids are more likely to eat fruits and vegetables. We're not quite sure why yet. It may be because the parents are the role model, and if the parents are eating it, the kids just tend to go ahead and follow along. But it's not data that's definite yet. They're still analyzing that data, but we do know they tend to eat more fruits and vegetables when you eat together as a family. So that can be one goal that you work on this week, or if you're listening to this way after it is published, try to have family meals at least once a day. The culture has been in this country, America, that we don't eat together as a family much anymore. Everyone's so busy. Parents are coming home later. They have to work extra shifts. And so, kids might be home fending for themselves, getting microwavable foods. So if possible, you can even start with one day a week, but see if you can incorporate or get out of the habit of eating separately. So a lot of times the parents may be in their bedroom, the kids are in the living room, and somebody else is in the kitchen, and the household members are spread out throughout the house during mealtime. But if you try sitting together, talking about the day, de-stressing with one another, telling each other what the favorite part of your day is. And I say that sarcastically. When I say to my husband, let me tell you about the favorite part of my day, it's usually something that wasn't good. So that could be a cool, opening statement for everyone around the table to know what's going on with each other and to get your kids to eat healthier. I really hope you enjoyed this segment. You can catch me on YouTube under Leticia Hardy MD. You can catch me on Instagram, Kids Nutrition Health MD, and you can catch me on Twitter under Leticia Hardy MD. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're watching this video, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next segment.